All right, guys, this is Ryan here with an update, an 8-week update on my patellar tendon rupture and surgery to repair it. I had surgery just under 8 weeks ago. I've been trying to make a video pretty much every week, and so this is about the 8-week mark. Gonna just give you a rundown of my range of motion exercises that I'm doing every day. I try to do them 3 times a day. Sometimes I only get 2 in. Usually do them first thing when I start my first one in the morning when I get up. I will usually get in a hot bath, get my leg, warm, massage out everything that I can, get it nice and loose, and then while I'm in the bathtub, I'll usually do wall slides, I think they're called. And so I'll do those. I'm actually making really good progress on those. I'll do those and I'll hold, say, 20 seconds, and I'll do about 4 overall stretches. Like I said, soaking in hot water and massaging in between. From there, I'll get out. I'll usually foam roll. Not a big fan of foam rolling, but it can't hurt. So I will usually foam roll out my glutes, quads, hamstrings, calves. Try to get everything good and loose, and then do some more stretches from there. While I've got the roller out, I usually do kind of a straight leg stretch where I rest my heel up on the roller and then press down on my thigh to straighten my leg out. A lot of people have trouble getting a fully straight leg after an injury like this, so I'll do that. And then from there, I will usually put my brace on because I like to do this stretch with my brace. And I'll sit upright, legs out in front of me, hinging my leg up and sliding my heel towards me. I'll usually start, one of the reasons I like to use the brace is I will set it at like 70 degrees. I'll go 70, 80, 90. After 90, then I'm not hitting 100 quite yet on that. So I'm pulling and holding, and I'm using the brace to pull it. From there, since I've got the brace on, I like to do this next one with the brace on as well. I'll stand up and try to stretch my leg up while I'm standing with my leg straight down up behind me. I have less mobility in that stretch, and so I usually start it at, like this morning, I started at 60, went to 70, went to 80 was about my max on that. I'll run a strap around my ankle. I do try to do the motion with the strength of my leg, but I'll then use the strap to help with that last little bit to get a stretch out of it. After that, I'll usually take the brace off. I'll sit down on the floor, or I'll actually lay down, and then slide where I'm doing this similar to the stretch I did earlier where I'm sitting, but this time I'm laying down and sliding my heel on the floor towards my butt, knee going up. This is actually the movement that they used to measure it when I went to physical therapy the other day, which I'll talk about here in a couple minutes. So I've started practicing this as well because I don't have quite as much movement in that position. And I'll do those under my own power, and then a lot of times I'll take a strap and assist to try to get just a little bit more out of it. From there, I'll usually get up, and because I'm a little bit looser, I'll try to walk because I'm not walking totally normal yet. And I'll try to walk normal. Then I'll do some exaggerated steps where I'm maybe just exaggerating the movement of the stride and lifting my leg up behind me, which it doesn't look very exaggerated when I'm doing it because I'm not quite there yet. And after I've done that, I actually just recently purchased a used off Marketplace. I got an exercise bike. And so I will get on the bike, and I'm just barely riding the bike. I'm barely able to get my leg to move enough to go around. And I'm really driving it with my good leg, and it's mostly passive, my injured leg. And I'll run the bike backwards. It's actually a little easier to go backwards. I'll run it for 5 minutes backwards and then 5 minutes forward. At which point I'm basically done. That's my morning, noon, and evening stretching routine for range of motion. The bike I use more. I'm trying to use it more than 3 times a day, so I'll jump on it for 10 minutes several times throughout the day. That one's an interesting one because I'm definitely not going. I'm probably only going 80 degrees on the bike, but it's actually really uncomfortable even to go that far. And so I don't know if it's because I'm moving through it, and I am actually flexing a little bit in the motion, like I'm pushing a little bit with that leg. But I really think the bike's going to benefit as far as, I really think for recovery, the bike's going to benefit a ton. The other thing I did this week is I went to physical therapy for the first time since my surgery. And it's actually where I got the idea to buy the bike. I had the idea, but I had asked the physical therapist about it, thinking that I would buy it when I was able to actually pedal in circles. And he actually recommended getting it right away. And then even if I can't do a complete rotation on the pedal, I can move it, and just do the stretch as far as I can, go back the other way and stretch. And so, then I thought about that, and it's actually a great idea. So I went and got the bike. I think that's going to help me a lot. Physical therapy, I really just did an evaluation. So I kind of mentioned, maybe I didn't mention in one of my videos, my doctor's pretty conservative, so he doesn't want me doing a bunch of strength exercises probably for another 4 weeks. And so it's mostly range of motion. So they really just did an evaluation. And the way they had me measure range of motion was I lay on my back, pull my heel towards my butt, knee up into the air, and but not me pulling with my arms to really stretch the leg, just what I could do under my own power, which when they said that's what we were going to do, I thought, oh man, I'm going to get like 70 degrees. I was actually able to get 85 degrees in that position, which made me feel really good. And I'm going to go back in 2 weeks, and hopefully my goal really is to get somewhere between 5 and 7 degrees. So if I can get close, was it 85? If I get close to 100 degrees on that, I'd be really excited. Really, physical therapy just recommended that I continue doing the same thing that I'm doing. I told him kind of my stretching exercises at home. There's not a whole lot else I can do. And so he said, just keep doing what you're doing. The only other thing that he recommended, because I mentioned to him that I have a muscle stimulator, is that I should use the muscle stimulator essentially as much as I could tolerate. He's a believer in them. The thing I didn't realize about the muscle stimulator is apparently when you're getting the electrical stimulation, and then when you're flexing the muscle, you're actually activating different muscle fibers. And so he said I should run the stimulator, and the duration that it's contracting, I should also contract the muscle. And so then I'm recruiting basically the maximum amount of muscle fiber. So that's a practice that I've been implementing as well. Not so much like an active lift contraction, but like just where my leg is straight and it's just a quad contraction. Really that's the update for 8 weeks, working hard on range of motion, a couple new things. I have a couple things that I want to work on. I just was thinking about some stuff this morning that I think will maybe help me with walking. Although some of that I think is just swelling in my knee, because the discomfort is not really over the tendon, but out in the sides, inside the joint of the knee. And so it's probably just when I contract my hamstring to bring my leg up, it just is an awkward thing, and it kind of is uncomfortable. So working really hard on walking still. And that's basically the update for this week. Anybody who's watching this, if you're out there, maybe you're having some of the same struggles with walking or with range of motion that I am, go ahead and leave a comment. I'd love to see what you guys have. Or if you've got a problem and you've done something where you've had success, I'd absolutely love to see that as well. Always looking for a way to improve. Like the video, subscribe. I'm going to keep putting out videos as often as I can. Anytime I get information or make any improvement, I'll do that. And we can beat this together.